Hi, I'm Jacqueline. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Maybe you're coming back, or maybe this is your first time. I'm a newbie on YouTube. I've only been on YouTube for a couple of months. And I've listened to all the inspirational videos, and wow, there's so many people out there with such great advice, especially for those of us that are just trying to find our way in the great big world. And if you're like me, you want to be on YouTube. You want to achieve possibly the success that, some other people may. In my case, I'm 67 years old, and, my hopes and my dreams are that I would be somebody that maybe a few people, maybe a lot of people would like to follow. And possibly I could make some retirement money off of it, because let's face it, a lot of our seniors now, we don't have a lot. We maybe tried to plan for that, but it's either been taken away or eaten up by all kinds of reasons. So I started my YouTube channel a couple of months ago, and I started out, they said to find your niche. And I don't know, some people call me an artist. I call myself more of a crafter. And I have a unique childhood when I grew up. You can go back and see how I grew up at a place that my parents built. It was a roadside attraction for little children called Once Upon a Fairyland. So I had a really unique upbringing. So when I came to the YouTube world, I was like, oh, what is my niche? I'm a busy gal. I'm still busy at my age. I prefer it that way. And I love to live life at its fullest. I love life. And so should I bring my fairyland? Should it be all about elves and gnomes and whimsy and nursery rhymes and the childish things that I grew up with in a very positive manner with two parents that just loved me and adored me and that were so good to me? Or should I, bring my arts and crafts? And on my Facebook page, I asked the people that know me best, my friends, and I said, what would you like to hear? What do you think would be something that might be interesting that you'd like to learn or grow from me or have me share? And a lot of them said that my experience in the thrifting world, I used to own a consignment store, and I know quite a bit about a lot of things, material goods out there, that educating people and bringing new finds, taking them thrifting with me. Other people said downsizing. Other people said, my art, my crafts. And so it kind of left me like, what am I and what do I want to be? Like, how can I just pick one? Yet everybody on YouTube was saying, pick your niche. So I thought my niche is like whimsy and cute. Well, I guess what this video is about is, because of YouTube and me watching some really inspirational videos, I've come to the conclusion, if you will, that my loyalty has really been to my childhood and how I grew up. Now, does that make any sense? And it's not that it was bad by any means, but I have lived the life of whimsy and cuteness all of my life. But on a side note, like they would say, a side hustle, right? I would go off and I would find myself liking steampunk art, and I liked abstract art, and I liked dark art, and I just was very attracted to unique forms of art that had nothing to do with cute rabbits and bunnies and fairy tale characters. Yet I can do that like so easy. So this video is not rehearsed. You're just getting me as I am. I'm not going to edit it. I'm not going to do anything. But I was listening to a motivational speaker, and I wish I could give him credit. His name was Rob, and I've been listening to a lot of his videos. And he talked about decluttering your life, and sometimes we have to put that loyalty to an end, like have a funeral for it. So this is where I'm going, and I've been so stuck. Do you ever get that way? Like, you can do what's easy in your life, whatever that niche is. Like, it comes very easy, and you may even think that, a good example would be, oh, my father was an artist, so therefore I'm a ceramic artist, or, whatever your parent was, or somebody that raised you, or somebody that's had some sort of influence on you, or perhaps you built a business based on, like when I used to have my consignment store. Maybe I built the business on that, and then I should go, to the left and start talking about the antiques and stuff and leave all the squirrels and turtles behind. I've been really, really stuck. So Rob has actually really helped me, and I'm in the process of having a funeral for my loyalty of the past, which was my fairyland and that style. And I know a lot of people may be confused, and they'll be like, well, that's not who we thought you were, or that's not who we want you to be in the future. I don't really even know what I am in the future. It's just that I don't want to live that life anymore. I mean, I've got people come to my home, and I got a fairy garden, and everything I have done for all these years has been based around that cuteness. So, but do you ever feel like you got like a hole within you, or you've got something going on and you just can't define it? And your soul is like fighting and fighting and fighting to find out, like, and break out, like, what is it? Like, who am I really when you take away the past? Now, I'm going to compare myself, but I seriously please don't take this seriously. But people that have grown up with a really unique childhood, such as, I always think about Walt Disney's children as an example. Again, not comparing myself. I mean, my fairyland was not on the biggest scale. It was a roadside attraction, but nothing, of course, compared to Disneyland. But I think about people that have grown up, in the limelight of some sort, actors, musicians, and you're kind of defined by how you grow up. And sometimes early in life, you get a rebel child and he goes left or she goes right, and they find themselves and they find their path. I want to interject something here. I realized for the first time in my life, remember I told you I'm 67, I realized for the first time in my life that my mom and dad had this recreation area because it was income. My dad was sick. He became disabled when we first bought the land for the fairyland. And he built the fairyland, and Mom built the fairyland because they needed income. They were entrepreneurs and they were just trying to make it. And not once, like when I was coming out of high school, my mom was like, Jacqueline, why don't you be a nurse? And anyway, I tried that for a little bit, and that's not what I liked. I didn't want to do that. So she then was like, why don't you be a travel agent? This was in the days when we actually hand wrote tickets. And I went off and I became a travel agent, and I traveled all over the world, and I absolutely loved it. Just absolutely loved it. And very independent. I didn't need to go with a lot of people. Just, I could leave on a plane tomorrow and have a good time by myself wherever I was. So I came from that world. And my point is, Mom and Dad never said, you've got to be the fairyland girl. You've got to continue this roadside attraction. You must collect gnomes. You have to do all your art in this style. Neither one of them ever actually said that. But somehow or another, I decided that I would need to keep that memory alive. And it could be because they passed away early in my life. Both of my parents passed away. My mom was 67, my age of all things, and my dad was 69, and I'm an only child. So they left this planet very, very early. And perhaps as I'm reflecting, I'm really thinking that maybe my loyalty to the past and the style that I've had was all because of their passing. And if somebody wasn't going to keep all these memories alive, who was? I've also realized something in talking to my husband, that no matter how hard I describe the fairyland, or if I show it on YouTube videos, which I have, you can go back. They haven't been very successful yet, but you can actually go back to, I think, maybe my second or third video, and I'm talking about the fairyland. And then, fast forward a few videos, my husband is helping me and we're going through a photo album, and I'm actually showing pictures of that fairyland. So if you want to see what it's like, you can surely go back. But anyway, what did I do? I lost my train of thought. But, I know what I'm saying. That I can't really describe what it was actually like. It was one of those things you actually had to live there and be there, and to understand the influence this had on my life. I had a castle and 242 scenes in miniature. We had a miniature golf course. We had train rides. We have a petting zoo, and on and on and on. And I knew no different. This was my childhood. I knew no different. And we had a ceramic shop also, and a gift shop in the castle. So I grew up painting ceramics and filling that ceramic shop for my mom. So art has always been a part of my life, and making mushrooms, gnomes, elves, anything cutesy would be, what I was familiar with. So anyway, my YouTube channel, now I'm just not sure what to do, because I produced, I think, 15 videos or whatever it's been, and it's all about cutesy stuff. And I know my followers like that. I'm not going to dump it all and go away from that, but I need to kind of redefine that, because I'm redefining my life. And I'm not even sure what I'm going to keep. I'm not really even sure where I'm going. And I hope you can relate to this. I don't know if you've ever gone through any of this. I notice on YouTube a lot of people are talking about quantum leaps, I think is what they call it. Big changes in one's life. But all I know is change seems to feel good. It seems exciting, even though I don't know what it is. And I don't know, this is kind of backwards psychology, I guess, because, I'm no therapist, but I'm thinking to myself, gosh, Jacqueline, shouldn't you know where you're going if you're going to let go of this whole style you've had all your life? Shouldn't you? Well, hey, I got a cup here from Mary Engelbright. I'm drinking coffee out of it. It says, snap out of it. That's what I'm trying to do, is snap out of it and find my authentic self. And I don't know, maybe it's a full circle. Maybe I'll go out there into the waters and the ocean will feel really deep, and I'll paddle back to where I was before. I'd love for you to leave comments. Let me know if you've ever been through something like this. Yeah, so I can give you a hint about where I think I might be going, and if it's into art, I think it might be a little bit different style, is what I'm thinking. Yeah, we will see, but I don't even know if it's into art. So, but what I know is that I'm not going to quit. I'm going to keep on going. If you're interested, I'll take you on the journey with me. And we may just end up back where we started. I don't know. So this video isn't all polished. It's just kind of me in the raw. And yeah, so that's where I am today. I thought that would be my next video. I think the greatest gift that we can give each other is our authentic selves. Like, if you're going to make a video and you're going to put it out there in the world, I don't want to be polished. I don't want to give you 10 steps to do something. That's not me. I just want to be able to speak and to encourage you. I'm really all about that. I may even do something like that, encourage you in art. I don't know. We will see. We will see. So stay tuned. I will be back. I promise you that. And I mean, I do have a lot of arts and crafts I could show you, but I got to stay in my wheelhouse and I got to figure out, I at least have to step down, be brave enough, have enough courage to step down some other paths. I have been unloading a lot of things and gifting it. I just did a gift closet and I put in a lot of gifts for other people. And I have some systems that maybe I'll talk about that. I think they're good systems. I've thought a lot about them as to like downsizing your life and changes in your life and things that I'm implementing in my life. I mean, not huge big things, but steps, right? Steps down that path of the unknown. Thank you for your time today. I appreciate you and have a great day. In fact, tomorrow make it great too. All right. Talk to you later.